Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Stranded Alien Dawn live stream. My name is Jens. I'm part of the community team here at Frontier, and it is my pleasure to be your host once again for these wonderful streams that we do now once a month. It's been a while since we've been here. Like we said at the end of the last stream, we're doing these once a month now, so you might see me, you're going to see me once a month. That's the thing. But I'm very happy to be here, very happy to be back in the streaming room to talk about Stranded Alien Dawn with all you wonderful folks joining us from all over the world. And if you're joining us for the very first time and you're unfamiliar with Stranded Alien Dawn, well, stick around and you might learn what the game's all about. But I can tell you this much: it is a planet survival sim game that is out now on PC, on Xbox, and on PlayStation. And it's a game in which you control a group of people who have recently landed on an alien planet and you're going to help them survive and make it through, depending on which scenario you choose. So let's now have a bit of a look and see who is over joining us from the chat. We've got Osric42 saying, another new hoodie. Yes, we're dripped out in the studio. And unfortunately, you cannot has. This is Frontier drip only, unfortunately. We've got Akira2103 in here. We have, let's see who else. We have Zavina saying, have I missed this or what? Thank you so much. I've missed it too. It's good to be back. We've got Fran, of course, from the community team. We've got Yes Man joining us over on YouTube. And we've got Ams joining us over on YouTube as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you all here. So today, we're going to check out some of our favorite community builds, some of our favorite community content. That is some screenshots, and that is some really, really cool looking community-made mods. It's a community spotlight, is what we're calling it, because we're spotlighting stuff from you in the community. And we've also mentioned earlier, if you've missed this, we've mentioned it now and again in a few of our community spaces, that there is a free update coming later this summer for Stranded Alien Dawn. And if you stick around, you might get a bit of an indication about what that free update is all about. But you will have to stick with us until the very, very end of the stream in order to know more about that. So yeah, please stick around until that happens. But I'm also gonna have to jump over to my my lovely guest for today, because I'm very lucky that I don't have to do all of this alone. Today I'm joined by a man who is a writer, a gamer, a bread baker, a father, an Australian, and a man about town, a joyous individual, a QA tester. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mitch Hicks.
Oh my God, what an introduction, thank you.
Of course, I feel like I tried to do like a whole Brett Goldstein on his movie podcast thing, where he just like, he starts off like just listing everything people do, and I'm like, yeah, let's do this, let's pump each other up, you know.
And great hoodie, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. You too.
Very matching, very coordinated.
Good drip on both of us. Yeah, absolutely. I see these all over the office now. They're everywhere.
Everyone's
because we got them a few months ago. So it's been really cool. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back. It's been a while since you've been here.
It has, yeah. No, but been busy working on the game.
Yeah.
Testing. So
lots of things to test, obviously. But for those who don't know you, why don't you quickly introduce yourself to the community?
So, hi, I'm Mitch. I've been with Frontier for about 9 years now on various projects. I've been on Alien Stranded Dawn for 2 years, since the early days with Chris.
Yeah.
I'm a senior area lead with the team, and
yeah,
loving it.
So senior area lead. That sounds very fancy.
Yes.
What is it you do on a day-to-day basis?
I manage my team.
Right. You tell them what to
tell
go
them
and
what to
tell them
how
and
to play
break,
the game. Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I always find it fascinating to learn about the different sort of aspects of QA, because like you have some people who will just try to break a game as much as possible.
Destructive team.
Yeah, and some people just try to play it as normally, quote unquote, as
that's
players
more
would.
our team is functionality testers.
Right. Yeah. Just to make
sure
sure
that
that
play
everything
it
is
like the players would to find any bugs before they get their hands on it.
make sure that everything works as intended.
Exactly.
As they were.
Yeah. And shout out to the team. Hopefully they're watching.
Yeah. Shout out to you from Osric saying, I've had many a chat with Mitch when we used to do elite bug reports on the forum. Lovely chap.
Yes.
Says Osric.
Yes, that's something else I used to do. Was the forums.
Yeah, you've been with the company for a while, but we're not here to necessarily talk about your history and all that stuff. We're here to talk about Stranded Alien Dawn. Okay. So it's been about a month since the release. We're a few days over a month now. And, how's it been seeing the game out in a while, now that you've worked on it for 2 years?
It's been great to see like the community and how they've been taking on the game, and seeing all this lovely screenshots and stuff they've been creating. And it's been really well received. There's been great positive feedback as well.
It's been great following, for me at least, seeing the Steam reviews just be consistently very, very high and just slowly creep up and up and up and up and up.
So rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely.
After putting so much time and effort into something, to see people really enjoying it and loving it as much as we do.
I know. Is there any highlights for you since launch has happened, or maybe it was the launch itself?
Well, what we're going to talk about later, but the mods, just seeing what people have been making with the game. To add to that, I was really excited to see that we were making mods like available to people.
Yes.
So that's really cool to see what people wanted to add. And yeah, just seeing that everyone loves it.
Absolutely, yeah. If you are just joining us, I'm joined on the couches here today by Mitch Hicks, who is QA tester over at Frontier. Or I should say, area lead on the QA team.
Yes.
Yes, senior area lead, I should say, on the QA team. Just to make it, just to get the title properly.
Thanks.
So has there been any surprises for you from what you've seen from the community, or did you sort of know within yourself that yes, this is going to be a good game when it comes out?
Well, yeah, like I knew the game was really stable when it went to launch. I was quite confident. It's been really quite smooth sailing. There's not been many issues on the issue tracker and stuff like that. So
which is what we want to see.
Yeah, it's like, wow, we did our job. We did it well, and the game went out, and it wasn't buggy. Yay!
It's working, and people are complaining.
Exactly.
Wonderful. It's what we want. So before we jump into some of your community-made stuff, we're gonna take a bit of a look back at Stranded: Alien Dawn as a whole, because it's been out there in the world for like I said, for a month fully in its 1.0 release, but it came out in early access back in October.
Yeah, it's been out a little while.
So it has been out a while. We just kept building on it, and then we said, all right, 1.0, it's out the door now. So we launched in October into Steam Early Access, and the idea behind everything was that each update was going to add new mechanics, some new gameplay, as well as a survivor tailored to the theme of each update as well. And I think that's been a very cool way to structure all these different updates and just basically say, we're going to add more functionality, we're going to add more stuff to it. And of course, thanks to our lovely Discord audience, who I'm sure are watching right now, we've been able to gather in a lot of feedback, a lot of bug reports and highlights and suggestions and all that stuff. And a lot of it has been put back into the game, which has been really, really cool. So we started off about a month after early access launch with the Dunes and Moons update, which included a whole new environment, and then of course the moons, which allowed you to alter your gameplay experience. How involved were you with the whole Dunes and Moons thing, or each update, I should say?
Oh, like quite involved, because we did very extensive testing on every single tiny little piece in the update. Making sure that everything was very thoroughly tested. Doing seed testing as well to make sure that every map generated correctly, so that you weren't, spawning inside a mountain or anything like that.
Yeah.
Doing logs of each playthrough that we've done, so we could count the enemy spawns and how that changed with the different moons, and then doing graphs and so forth to show, with the Chaos Moon, it'll spawn more regularly and get much larger attacks.
Yeah, because you're playing the game to make sure that, you and your team are playing the game to make sure that it works as it should work. Like the functionality is all good there, but you're also, it seems to me like a very methodical way to play, because like you said, you have to keep count of things, and I can't imagine playing it in that way where you have to be so mindful of every little thing that happens.
I'm doing our, what is it called, spawn rate spreadsheets, where we'd keep track of, on day 14, 7 Scarabei would spawn. And
it's like the, game development is like that, the astronaut meme, where one is looking at the Earth and one is behind him with a gun. It's all Excel. Yeah. Game development, it's all Excel. Always has been. I feel like that's video games in an absolute nutshell.
Very
it's
true.
all Excel sheets all the time, whether it's QA testing or it's community work or game design or whatever.
Exactly.
So after that, we did the Tame and Train updates. You could train and tame animals in the game. That of course included dogs. Are you a dog person?
More of a cat person, but I like dogs.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And we added 3 different kinds of dogs: boxers, Weimaraners, and I forget the last type of dog that we added.
What did you say? There was
boxers, Weimaraners, and
now you're putting
Great Danes. I think it's Great Danes.
Is it Great Danes? Yeah, I think you're right.
Correctly,
that's correct.
Someone's going to tell us in the chat and say, "How dare you forget?" And as well as, or incorporating tamed animals into your base, which I think is a really cool little addition. And then, the stuff you talked about earlier and the stuff that we're going to showcase later, the mod tools and the Steam Workshop support, which allowed people on Steam to create their own mods, upload them to the Steam Workshop, and we'll, of course, check out some of them later. Do you have any favorite mods that you've seen so far since the 1.0 launch?
Some really impressive ones. I don't want to give away anything of what we're going to show next, kind of thing. So I'll leave it to
keep mum for the time being.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I mean, you may have experimented with some mods as well, so we'll see how that goes. Of course, after we added Steam Workshop support, about a month after, we did the Sow and Sell update. Whole new scenario, range of new plants, recipes, all that stuff to keep your survivors surviving. It's a very different type of way to play the game.
Yeah,
the trading,
it really changes it up. I really quite enjoy that. Setting up a space brewery with all your barrels, and then farm all your berries and then make
right, because you're Australian, wine. Obviously you make beer.
Yeah, or wine.
Or bread.
Set up a space winery. That was always a good strategy as well.
I love to hear how people approach the trading scenario because a lot of people do it in very different ways. I think in the Discord, the main tip is just to go all in on the cloth blossom.
Oh, okay.
Because you can sell that for the stuff you harvest from there. You can sell it for a fairly decent amount, and I don't think they take that much to grow. But that is a way to do it. I think. Stevgo is saying 222 hours since release. Already a bit too much. No, it's not enough. Those are rookie numbers.
Oh, that's your total game time?
I think that's their total game time. You got to pump those numbers up.
Got to pump those numbers up. I think last time I checked was 2,500 hours.
Oof.
But I do it as a living, so
Yeah, I was going to say. I feel like as the people who do it as a living,
have been on it for like 2 years now. So.
we have an excuse, as it were. And then finally, speaking of different ways to play the game, the military update, which was the third scenario that we added to the game, as well as new defensive items to help your survivors, and as well as the big old mechs.
The mechs.
You can,
I love the
you
mechs.
can add in. That came out with the 1.0 release as well. And I love the mechs. They're so cool.
This is my favorite thing in the game, to be fair.
Nerolia Gaming catching up on you, 1,760 hours.
Oh, okay. That's
impressive. Very, very good.
Wow, okay.
I think Nerolia has... Nerolia is one of our top Discord posters. Huge shout out to Nerolia Gaming for being so helpful in Discord whenever there are new people coming in saying I don't know what to do with so-and-so. They're always there with answers and with tips and tricks and everything. Wow. And I feel like they've schooled me a couple times as well on the best way to actually play the game. So it's been a lot of fun having them in the chat and in the Discord. And of course, with full launch, we were able to welcome console players into the community as well. Did you do much console testing, or did your team do much console testing?
More my team was doing console testing, on the PS1.
Yeah.
Not PS1, Xbox One. Xbox One,
PS4.
Xbox One X and S and Series
it's very confusing
Series
with all those
X
numbers.
And PS4 and PS5. Trying to wrap your head around all those numbers and names. Still gets me sometimes.
It's still tricky because you have the Xbox, like the original
Xbox,
which a lot of people still call the Xbox One.
Yeah, incorrectly.
And so it's a whole weird thing.
Naming conventions. What were they doing?
Nerolia says it would have been 2,000 hours already, but I did video editing for the last 2 weeks. Plus, was terribly ill. Hope you're feeling better now.
Nice.
I mean, there's something going around. I was sick a few weeks ago. You've been sick recently as well.
I wasn't sure if I was going to make it here today because I was sick the other day.
But you did.
But yeah,
luckily.
I recovered quickly.
Luckily you did.
Fast healer trait.
Have you had a favorite among all the updates we've done for the game?
Oh, it's hard to pin down a single one. I do really like the mechs. The mechs are really cool.
Yeah,
I quite like the sow and sell, the trading scenario. Yeah. That's quite chill. It's a lot more just like relaxing, just build a big base and do lots of farming. There's lots of good stuff.
Yeah, I think one of my favorites might just be trading scenario in peaceful mode. Just turn off the animal attack waves that come at you, because then you can sort of just treat it like a sandbox mode and just be like, I just want to build a nice farm or a nice training hub or brewery or whatever it is. I'd love to hear from chat what your favorite update is for the game as well. And we will go on to check out some cool little screenshots. So I dove into the Steam community hub for Stranded Alien Dawn. Lots of really good screenshots coming over from there. as well as the screenshots and artwork channel over on Discord. So we're going to have a bit of a look at what people have been posting. So this first one comes in from OX Papa Mike XO from Steam. And one of the things that I love seeing is the fact that, you know, you can have your survivors they meet each other, they fall in love, they can want to get married in the game, and people build these incredible wedding pavilions.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I've never really, like when I was playing the game before it
Mm.
came out, and I saw, oh, there's a wedding arch. I wonder how people are gonna, do something with that. I love the fact that people are making full-on pavilions.
Yeah.
They're actually doing a thing out of it, not just placing down the arch itself and just
To be fair,
letting the wedding
in
happen.
QA we would do a lot of stuff like that as well, and some of the people on the team would build, bases up on mountains with these majestic views
Yeah.
and chalets with these beautiful wedding venues.
It's great. I
Yeah.
love it. And I think they've also been using the wooden planks, which was one of the pre-order
that's new.
bonuses or
Yeah.
early access bonuses. If you
Looks really
bought the
nice.
game in pre-order or in early access, you can get wooden planks as a building material. And it looks really, really cool because I love the whole, I love the lake sort of lookout thing that they've
Yeah.
got going and the little cabins.
That look really
behind as
nice at
well.
night as well with the torches.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people in chat are enjoying it as well. So it's a very, very nice looking wedding pavilion there from OX Papa Mike XO from Steam. Let's move on then to the next screenshot. This is also from Steam,
Oh,
coming in
nice.
from Knight. I love this. It reminds me of watching Power Rangers.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Yeah, it's very, very Power Rangers colours.
And there's nothing coming, there's nothing going past that
No.
defensive barrier
No,
of mechs.
you'd need a lot of bugs
Yeah,
to
and
overwhelm
that's
that.
what I love about the mechs. Like whenever there's a warning saying, "Oh, there's some insects there's aggressive insects over there," I just go, "You and you, mechs,
Not for
go now," and then immediately just,
Yeah.
all right, threat's done.
Barrage of missiles firing
love
down
to
on
see
them. Yeah.
And there's 4 heavy mechs as well. So these or
Yeah.
combat mechs as they're called.
Yeah, yeah.
So these must have taken quite a while to build because they're a bit tricky to
Exactly.
get a hold of. So yeah, I just wanted to showcase that and shout it out from Knight there over on Steam. Osric42 says it's overkill. I say you can never have enough kill in games like this. It makes sense. Don't worry about it. Let's go to the next one. This is also from Steam. This is from Will
Nice.
Saber, which this was the artwork that we did for the stream when we called it out on Twitter. And I just think it's a nice looking screenshot because the thing about Stranded Alien Dawn is it just looks absolutely gorgeous, both during the daytime, but especially at night.
Yeah,
I feel.
especially with the big moon as
Yes.
well. filling
And you've
up
got the
sky.
giant moons coming in the background. You've got the shooting stars right here.
Yeah.
And they really captured a nice angle with everything. There's even smoke coming out of the chimney, which I'd actually never noticed before, which is
Yeah.
a nice little touch as well. So just an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful screenshot. And very nicely composed as well. Do you take a lot of, are you much of a
I do.
screenshot
Yeah, I'm
person?
quite artistic and like the like doing photography. So
Hmm.
I can't help myself but take nice screenshots in game. I've got a whole folder on my computer just full of screenshots.
Yes, nicely done. Yeah. I've unfortunately never been much of a. I mean, sometimes if I come across something, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks nice, and just I'll click the button. But for some reason, photo mode's never really clicked with me. But
Yeah.
I do enjoy seeing what other people have been making because a lot of people make some really good-looking stuff with the stuff with the tools that we give them. So yeah, kudos to Will Saber from Steam for such a lovely screenshot. Next up, this is also from Steam. This is from Holder,
Nice.
and it's just a big old mech.
Yeah. Trampling through the garden.
Yeah, I just thought it was a very cool looking sort of in action shot as well, because it's very clear that they've gotten very far. It's a very nicely composed image, and those mechs just look cool
Yeah,
from the front.
very-
Because
very
like you mostly see them from up high, and then this sort of brings it right in where you see the survivor within the cockpit as well.
Exactly.
Next up, this is the 5th screenshot from Dave
Oh, wow.
the Freak.
Nice.
It is a New Year celebration. I'm assuming this is the end of year 1. It sort of looks like it, at least.
I think there's a year up at the top left, but you're straight in my eyes. There
Yeah,
trying to
they
see
must
what
have.
that
I
says.
think they've
But yeah,
sniffed it out
it's
there.
very it's very advanced base for maybe year 1.
Looking
Might
really
be year
good.
2 or 3. But
And that's actually one of the stuff that I did take a lot of screenshots of. The first time I hit year 2 in the game, and they had all the fireworks going off as well. Like that is,
it's a nice little addition.
it's
to
a
the
nice
game.
little moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's one of the things that I really enjoy about the game as well, where they take the time to mark special occasions with a celebration and things like that. I
Makes
feel
it a
like
lot more human and
yeah,
realistic.
I know.
And
It's very
relatable. Yeah.
It's very nicely. Bow and low supplies, first year probably, says Nerolia. Called it immediately.
Oh yeah, I can't
Yeah,
remember the
because
numbers.
one's packing a bow, one's packing a gun, and supplies are looking a little low. So that is from Dave the Freak over on Steam. Let's move over to Discord. This first one coming in from Mitz.
Oh,
Lovely
that's the
landscape screenshot as well, with a nice moon in the background
the
and a
scout
shooting
mech.
star.
Nice pink scout mech to
Yeah.
match with the moon.
Yeah, I love the fact that they matched the color of the mech to the color of the moon in the background. And it all looks like, kind of looks like they're all standing together arguing over who gets to test it first. I know that's not an interaction in the game, but that's sort of that's the headcanon that I'm putting into this.
Yeah, you can see that.
Where it's like, no, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. I love that. Next up, also from Discord, is YummyNum99 with another lovely landscape. This one from the Trading Outpost,
Oh yes,
and it's just a nice little screenshot.
very
to look
scenic.
at. And yeah, very scenic. They've done obviously a lot of work into making it look pretty and making the nice like long house that they've got in the
Yep.
background there. So yeah, good going to YummyNum99 from Discord. Next up, we've got Sabbath,
Oh, wow.
which
Oh, it's bug attacks. Yeah,
is a bug attack from military scenario.
If anyone's gotten far into military attack,
Yeah.
Once you get those really big bug attacks of the flying ones, they can be
Mechs
quite
are out in
devastating.
force. I remember the first time I got attacked by flying bugs. It immediately recontextualized so much about the way
Oh no.
combat works in the game, where I realized, oh no, they can fly. My flamethrowers do nothing.
Yes,
I have guns. All right, try just shoot them. Just do something.
Yeah.
And then immediately build some turrets. Just
No, they're a really nice addition to the game, especially if you set up your base and you build this nice wall around it, as you say, with all the flamethrowers and
Yeah.
perfectly positioned and all ready to go. And oh, it's all for nothing.
Yeah, you think,
No,
you think
Gotta
like,
change
this
your
is
tactics.
this is impenetrable. No one's going to get
Yeah.
through here. I am fully safe.
Yeah.
And then you see like the new icon on the aggressive animals thing, and you realize, oh,
Yeah.
no, something's
And if
happening.
you've got 3 mechs and got the relay there as well, you're gonna have a
I feel like 3 mechs,
fairly
they're going to be
high-
able to handle it quite well.
fairly high attack wave there.
For sure. That's from Sabbath over on Discord. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't do a community spotlight without shouting out Nerolia Gaming and their amazing screenshot skills.
Oh, nice.
This is one from the Desertum region. Daytime shot with a amazing looking base and a really good, just really good looking landscape shot. They take
Yeah.
really good screenshots.
I think it might be a sandstorm rolling in as well.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Desertum.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what all the clouds there are.
Very nicely like in moment shot, and I love seeing those. So
Nice.
well done, Nerolia Gaming from our Discord. And finally, we've got the barge with our final Discord shot here.
Force field barriers.
Yes,
Very cool.
and it
Again.
kind of reminds me of almost reminds me of like a summer camp vibe. I mean, it's one sort of big long.
You had force fields at your.
No, not the force field. It's just the building in the background. It's very much like it's like it gives compound / summer camp vibes.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you
know.
mean now. Yeah,
like
okay,
you've got a
probably,
big
yeah.
sort of dining hall in the middle, and you've got the dormitories on the sides.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, it's a nice base layout. That'd be
It's a
cool.
very good base.
Cool to see that. And I see there's a grain silo there as well.
Yes,
That's one of the mods.
which is a community made mod that I've showcased previously in another community spotlight. But the grain mod's very cool. So
Yeah.
definitely worth checking out.
That's
That
nice.
was from The Barge. And yeah, shout out to all the amazing people who have shared their screenshots over on Steam and on our Discord. Please continue to do so because I look at them every single day and they look really, really cool. And if you've got artwork you want to share as well, like fan art stuff, or if you've got gameplay clips and all that stuff, then feel free to throw it up on Steam or join our Discord where you can share it there as well.
Nice.
Now, before we continue, I'm going to have a drink of water because I've been talking quite a lot.
I didn't bring a drink. Oh no.
That's a rookie mistake there, Mitch.
Well, I'll
Rookie
make
mistake. Okay, so we're gonna jump into the game actually because we're gonna check out some community-made mods. Some of whom I chose because I think they look cool, and some I chose because they expand on the game and add to it in some unique and interesting ways. Aldrich said, "Someone get Mitch a drink stat."
Later.
Yeah. Producer Tim stepping in for producer Adam, shaking his head, going, "No, it will not happen."
I'll survive.
So he'll have to survive some other way. But yeah, let's jump into the game here and take a look at what these mod look like.
So was this first one a community mod?
Well, technically,
It's
sort
on,
of.
It's on the web. So, yeah.
Question from Jens in chat: will this be on our YouTube channel later? It is on our YouTube channel right now because we're streaming to YouTube as well. But yes, this will be available. The VOD for this will be available on our YouTube channel, and I will put some links to the mods that we have highlighted in the video description, so you have a place to find all those mods. So yeah, this is sort of a community mod because it's a new survivor, but it's it's not an ordinary survivor. This is.
Can people guess?
Can people
the
guess
name of this new character?
Yeah,
in the chat.
this was a poor. So I'm trying to maneuver him without.
Oh, good guess. Is it Jens?
Is it me? No, it's not me. But that would have been interesting. Let me hold on. Let me do this. See if I can
You got to
get him to turn.
do a
around.
grand
Oh,
reveal.
yeah, he's gonna.
Is it
choke
Neil
down the
deGrasse
tree
Tyson?
first. Neil deGrasse Tyson? No, also good guess. He's a bit too pale, I think, to be Neil deGrasse Tyson. That would have been, but it's a very good guess. No, it's none other than I would have chosen Neil Survivor. Oh, thank you very much. It is none other than Mitch. So you made yourself into a survivor in the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Chris making himself into a survivor in the game. Couldn't be upstaged by him.
No,
going on the live stream. So.
Is this the beginning of the Chris Jackson Mitch Hicks epic rivalry in Stranded Alien Dawn?
Beginning? Well,
not the beginning. It's the continuation.
No. Love Chris. He's great. We've been on the project for a very long time together. And yeah, so his mod I think was one of the first to go up on the community.
Yes. So when we launched in 1.0, we had 4 official mods that we added to the Steam Workshop. So it was Chris, it was the meat plant.
That's right.
It was a statue of the landing pod, and it was the Blue Moss expedition. So it was those 4.
Yeah.
And Chris was here too.
Since then, I think I checked earlier today. Chris's mod, Chris Jacko, has got like 4,000 subscriptions.
He is very popular.
He's very popular. So I'm like, I want to get in on some of that action with my own.
I think Chris, if I'm being honest, and no shade to Chris Jackson, he's a lovely man, made a great mod. I think he's a little overpowered.
Maybe a little bit overpowered. I made mine.
Just a little bit.
I tried to be as realistic with mine as possible.
I feel like you were a bit more balanced in
Yeah.
your choices. So let's take a look at your stats here.
So I could probably handle myself in a fight if you gave me a gun, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Construction, don't really know what I'm doing around the house. Cooking, I can make food. That's good. I can handle food myself. Crafting, farming, interested in my garden. Healing, I've done a first aid course before. Intellect.
I mean, you work in tech, so I feel like
I know how to use a computer.
Maybe could have bumped yourself up to a 4.
Maybe there's room to improve there. And physical is just kind of like no.
We'll get to this excavating stat later. That's
I didn't put that there. Well, to be fair, I'm not very good at excavating anyway, so that's probably accurate.
Yeah, I realized when I booted this up and I just put you alone in here, I would have made you completely miserable in the beginning because everything you do in the beginning of the game is all physical stuff.
Yeah.
Apart from maybe the farming.
Cutting down a tree.
Yeah, I have to cut down the tree.
I just want to go back to testing games.
I have to disassemble the spaceship.
Yeah.
I have to build a thing.
Yeah. No, it would not be fun. But yeah, so that's me.
I feel like you balanced yourself quite well. So talk me through these traits, because generally these are pretty positive, but you gave yourself bad memory.
Well, you got to have a balanced character. You can't go all positives. You got to have some negatives. So, like, I'm forgetting people's names all the time. I forgot Tim's name when I got here. I'm sorry.
Oh no. To be fair, he also called you by the wrong name at one point.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. So your character can have that as well. Cheerful personality. You know, I think that's fairly self-explanatory. Explorer, love to go traveling. I've traveled around the world quite a bit. Inspirational writer. I'm technically a published author. I've published two graphic novels. The Darkest Star, look it up. Bread, I can bake bread.
Yeah.
And writing is my other favorite task.
Love to see it. I mean, I love the fact that you even gave yourself a nice chunky bio as well. That almost looks like a dating profile.
Gotta sell
Mitch
myself
enjoys
on
tending to his garden and taking great pride in grooming his own food and baking bread in the kitchen.
No, I love it.
I love it. It's really cool. It's a great looking. And you've also you've done the whole portrait thing. You put yourself into the game.
It shows up when you go on expeditions. It'll show up with a picture of me and
I love it.
and
It's
stuff
so
like
good.
that. Also, I think because you started this earlier, there's an option to add a known technology, and I'm like, what do I know that's like relevant in the game? So I gave myself knowledge dog, because if I see a dog, that's a dog.
Oh yeah, that's very good. Yeah, because obviously you
Exactly. Just look at it. 4 legs, tail, head, dog.
Dog.
Known it.
Called it. Clocked it immediately that's a dog. But yeah, it's great. I love it. I love that you made yourself. And like I just invited you to the stream and said, hey, we're going to check out some community mods and things.
Now's my chance.
And you just went, yes. And then 2 days later, you messaged me going like, here's a mod of me. Let's put it into the game. Why not? And this is available right now on the Steam Workshop.
I don't think anyone else has subscribed to it except for maybe you now.
Well, more people will hopefully subscribe to it at some point.
There you go.
So yeah, it's just go to the Steam Workshop right now, and you will be able to find it there if you go to the workshop and you click most recent. You might need to click find more or something, but it should be there.
I'm sure people will find me if they want me that badly.
If you go to most recent,
there's so many other good mods on there. To be fair, I don't want to
find Survivor.
Don't want to take up too much of our time looking at me.
All right. Well, speaking of which, let's jump out to the main menu and take a look at something else. So that was Survivor Mitch by Mitch Hicks.
Sweet.
And now we're going to take a look at some other community-made mods. I think that's handy. Some of them are there already.
I think the point I wanted to make with the mods is it's really quite easy to make it a character yourself. If you follow the steps in there, it's not as hard as you might think if you've never done modding before.
Yeah, because what I remember seeing when we first launched mod support, it was that there was like a huge influx of just new characters and sort of character pack mods as well, adding 10 or 20 or 25 new survivors to the game. So yeah, like you said, it seems very easy to do.
So I definitely encourage people to give it a go if they're interested.
I think we may also have some some character mods of some influencers who played the game as well, like streamed it on Twitch, which was made by our influencer team who are not very, they're not game developers.
Right.
They work in publishing.
They figured it out.
But they figured it out. So if they can, you probably can too. You can find out.
With an intellect level 3.
All right. So this first one that I want to call out is called Firefly Serenity Crew by Harley Quinn 565. Are you familiar with Firefly and Serenity?
Yeah, Firefly Serenity, best show and
me
movie.
Too. Probably one of my favorite TV shows.
Ended
shame
too soon.
there was only 14 episodes.
Exactly. I was saying the same thing.
That's what it was. And they've added in all the main characters from Firefly.
Yeah.
So we've got Shepherd Book, we've got Inara, we've got Jane, Kaylee, we've got Mal, River, Simon, Wash, and Zoe. And it shows that the person who made this has really, they've really taken the steps to make sure that the in-game character versions reflect who they are in the show, based on the information that we have about them in the show as well. And so, for example, Shepherd Book will have compassionate and calming as traits. He is good at combat while also being indifferent to it, like in the show. He is interested in construction and cooking, like he does in the show. He's of high intellect, like in the show. So I think it's just been, this plus one of the mods that expands how many survivors you can begin with, I think would be absolutely perfect. And it fits in with the music of the game as well, because it's very sort of heavily bluegrassy
very similar style
stuff.
You can totally see, like, the Serenity crashing on an alien planet and then staggering out and building a colony.
And then they'd have to, they'd have to survive for long enough to be able to make it out. I just wanted to shout out this mod because I thought it was a really cool addition. And we've seen so many sci-fi characters, and suddenly someone just said, Firefly, I want that in this game, because I feel like it's just fits like a glove.
And if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, please go watch it, because it's the best
just go watch it. I think it's probably somewhere.
It's probably, 20 years old now? But it's really good.
Oh, God, don't.
Don't want to date us too much. But
How old
is Firefly? I'm pretty sure I watched that in high school.
It premiered in the US on September in 2022. No, 2002.
2002, yeah.
Sorry. So it is 20 years old.
Yikes.
And now I feel very old. Thank you, Mitch.
But to be fair,
I think we're the same age, actually.
I think we did cover that last time, didn't we?
Anyway, good show. What's better than a Western movie? Space Western, exactly. So good show, and cool looking mod, and I can't wait to play around with these particular survivors. Can Wash fall in love with Kaylee and get murdered by Zoe? Probably. I mean, anything can happen in Stranded Alien Dawn. That is, anything can happen in this game, so it's probably possible. All right, so that is the Firefly Serenity crew by Harlequin565. Do check it out if you are interested in playing a modded version of Stranded Alien Dawn. And speaking of a modded version of Stranded Alien Dawn, let's jump into our next larger mod here. So,
some other characters.
One of the first sort of major mods that I remember seeing in the Steam Workshop after we added mod support was something called Beyond Stranded by Fail Chappie, who is still a very prolific modder and was a very prolific modder from the beginning of mod support being a part of Stranded Alien Dawn. Unfortunately, Beyond Stranded has been discontinued by Fail Chappie, so this is Beyond Stranded parentheses continued by Okagrim Gaming.
Oh, okay.
So they basically just said, well, I'm just going to continue this
started something
mod.
really good, and then someone else has continued it, which is great.
And so the way this works is that it takes the foundation of Stranded Alien Dawn and expanded on it, basically. And what the Beyond Stranded continued mod does is that it adds some additional settings to the game, like some FOV settings. It adds some different kinds of banter between the different survivors. There's some new expeditions that will allow you to more quickly get survivors and more quickly get breakthroughs, etc., etc. And there's also 19 new survivors with custom traits that have been balanced and in order to make them very unique. So you see 4 of them up here. We've got Ava, we've got Jean, Meredith, and Zorana, and then Raka and Edmund just kind of rocked up and added very, very quick, joined up very, very quickly. And after about a week, this is about a week of in-game time, so you can get survivors a lot quicker with this.
When I was playing around with this mod, I had another mod where you start off with 20 survivors, and then added this, and then had more survivors and more survivors and more survivors and more survivors. Do you know what I mean? I think I must have got up to like 50 survivors at some point and just built this whole huge city, which luckily I've got a fairly beefy computer that can that can survive with 50 survivors. But yeah, no, it was really fun.
Yeah, and so there are. It's sort of, you know, it could help remove maybe some frustrations that some people have had, because I've noticed some people want to have a lot of new survivors very quickly. And in this, there's just an expedition that says, search for survivors.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, there's one that allows you to very quickly discover new flora, for example. And so, you know, it can cut down on some of those things that could previously take a bit of time. There's things like different storage stockpiles, like individual stockpiles for things like sticks, stone, scrap metal, all the way up to ore, which allows you, you know, a bit of greater control. The look of some of these are really cool as well. Like, they've really done the work to make it look like a big pile of planks, because, you know, that's what they are. So I gotta say, huge shout out to the Beyond Stranded mod for adding all these things. Let's see what else we've got here. So there's, yeah, like I said, new dedicated storage stuff for different types of stockpiles. I believe under, no, I'm gonna have to, yes, we've got storage cabinets, which are also added in this particular mod, which basically serves the same purpose as the shelves, just with different room in them. There are a ton more research options, things like improved and advanced ballistics. There's simple furniture, which I will show you later on. There's improved furniture.
Yeah.
There should be some more here as well, I think. Yeah, sturdy clothes is a new one as well, which expands the clothing crafting, tricky word, as well later on. So it is. There's a lot of new stuff. It basically expands on what Stranded Alien Dawn currently is in the base game, and just makes it a bit bigger. So I think it's under chairs. We've got the ritualistic stool. I think this is the simple furniture, and then once you add in more complex furniture, there's new stuff as well. You can have metal chairs, which are built from metal alloys.
There's an advanced chair. I think that's the default one.
As well.
They look quite cool, quite futuristic, and you build a. Nice,
so there's a lot of really cool stuff here. If you want to expand your scheduling scheduling options, you can do that as well. I like to keep it simple and just do work, relax, sleep. But if you want to do work only, or cook or craft or maintenance, stuff like that, you can totally do that with this mod. There's also a brand new skill, which is linked to a brand new building, which is the mine, which allows you to mine for stone. And you can just have someone assigned to it, and you can have as many mines as you want, and then you can have as much stone as you want.
There's 3 levels of that as well. I think if you go into excavate, you can also search for. Oh no, okay, there's more than that.
They've
now.
Done so much more.
They've updated it since the last I saw. Where
Yeah.
you can get was it silicon and metal and ore? Yeah.
There's even crystal to get energy crystals, and if you want, you can always go deep carbon excavation as well, which allows you to get carbon. So
very cool.
Correction from Chappie over in chat. Thank you so much, Chappie. Henry, Cat Eyes, and After Realm made Beyond Stranded. Thank you so much for the correction. I must have just gotten my people messed up. Sorry about that. My apologies. I mean, Chappie is very, like I said, a very prolific modder, so I feel like their fingers kind of touch everything, no matter what, no matter what. But yeah, thank you so much, Chappie, for the correction. Sorry for the
real-time fact checking.
Thank you for the real-time fact checking. Let's see what else here. But yeah, and then there's a new skill that we talked about earlier, which is called excavation, which is then connected to this particular building. So high excavation means they are able to excavate more stuff, basically. Let's see what else here, if there's anything else I can add. Yeah, that's, like I said, 19 new survivors. These are just 4 of them, but if you want, you can do what Mitch talked about earlier. Add one of the mods so that you have 20 people at the beginning and just bang them all in there, start a new game.
Build a city,
happens,
become a city simulator,
yeah, become a city simulator, absolutely. So yeah, definitely check out the Beyond Stranded mod. It's really, really cool. This is Beyond Stranded, parentheses, continued by Oka Grim Gaming. And before we move on, I just want to also give a shout out to some other mods that I want to highlight here. One is called Nova Robot, and the other is called Nova Mech by Star74 Lord, which are basically just tweaks and adjustments to the in-game mechs. So you can have, they look different, and they will have slightly different stats as well. So unfortunately, I didn't have time in the 8 in-game names that I built to create these, but they are right here as a Nova Robot and Nova Mech. So I would advise people to check that out. There's also, if I can, production, if I can get this cook stove built, I can actually just show it off right at once. Come on, one of you, make the cook stove. No? Oh yeah, Brock is doing it. Thank you.
He needs to build it.
Because if there's one thing that I've noticed was missing from Stranded Alien Dawn when I first played it, it was KFC. So, Fried Gujo, the by Sarge_85, allows you to make fried chicken.
Would that be KFG then?
Yes,
Fried
it would be.
Gujo?
Well, I don't know if it's technically KF, but it's
for legal reasons. Yeah.
for legal reasons, it's legally distinct fried chicken. So, LDFG, LDFC. Anyway, Fried Gujo, which combines raw poultry meat, grain, and oils and fat into making a brand new Gujo meat, breaded and fried in hot oil until crispy and juicy and delicious. I looked through the mods and I thought, yeah, that's a fun little one. I'm going to add this. It's really cool.
There's another one that adds eggs, so the Gujo lay eggs.
Yes, I like that one too.
And then you
can make like
everywhere.
omelets and all that stuff. It's a really cool one. So that's Fried Gujo by Sarge85. And finally, this is actually a shout out to Fail Chappie for the radio space radio station, which adds some extra music that you can flick back and forth between the original in-game music and some other music that you can play around with, and to get a bit of variety if you are so inclined. So I just wanted to shout out some bigger mods like the Firefly Serenity Crew and Beyond Stranded, as well as some smaller mods. So to sum it all up, all the mods we've looked at your Survivor mod, Survivor Mitch. We've looked at Firefly Serenity Crew by Harlequin565, Beyond Stranded Continued by Okagrim Gaming, Radio Space by Fail Chappie, Fried Gujo by Sarge85, and Nova Robot and Nova Mech by Star74 Lord. You can find all of those in the Steam Workshop.
And so many more. There's so many
there are
creative creations on there.
I'm gonna double check.
How many are there? I'm curious.
I'm checking now.
I checked the other day, but I'm pretty sure it's probably
there are over 500 Steam Workshop mods currently available for Stranded Alien Dawn. So there's definitely a lot that you can sink your teeth into there. Some of which add more characters, some of which add new gameplay features or new just items that you can build or things that you can build, and some of them just straight up emulate other games, which is cool. So that is going to be it for the mod spotlight. So, but we're going to move on to the last segment of the stream here. And as I talked about in the beginning of the stream, we do have a new update coming later to Stranded Alien Dawn, a free update coming to Stranded Alien Dawn later this year, later this summer. And obviously we can't reveal much about it yet. We're still in that process of, things are being worked on. But, we can at least say that it's, we have been able to say that it's coming. And, there's a stream coming in a month, and I feel like we should probably get the studio ready.
Yeah, sounds good.
For that. So let's get the studio ready and
set up some
set
decorations.
Up some stuff. Let's do that.
All right, I'll give you a hand.
So let's get some stuff in here.
Where are they?
Grab
Over there.
grab my mic pack here, and we're gonna try to keep talking as we do this.
Okay.
So we'll start off with that. So we'll just move the table away.
Here, green screen.
So apologies to people wearing headphones. So we'll get that down on the
that's
floor. I think you
lovely.
can probably move
Lovely.
it
I might need to help you there. Oops.
a little bit closer to.
This is where everything just crashes off.
There we go.
There we go.
Put that
Teamwork makes the
there.
dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I think I'm going to try to
Just move it a little bit.
closer there. That's good.
Nice,
And
nice.
let's just grab this.
Putting this behind.
Yeah, let's put that behind the sofa there. If you're able to not trap yourself. Yeah,
Try
just
not
put
to
it
trip
right
over and knock
here.
everything over.
There we go. Got a nice
Now I'm
plant there.
trapped.
Now you'll have to move all the way around, which is going to be tricky. And then got some stuff here from this. All right,
There's this.
so there's this.
Christmas decorations. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's too soon for Christmas. Won't be a Christmas
It's a
update.
bit early for Christmas, but you know,
But what could it be?
got to make do with what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to mind our microphones so we don't.
Right, where's this
There we
going?
go. So I think we'll just drape that over.
Is it going
Yes,
to the
we
back
can
of the
drape
couch?
that over the sofa.
Very overgrown. Last of
Bring
Us
this
style.
done. And then I think we can have this. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Come on.
There we go.
There we are.
You throwing that
I was
unit
gonna
up there.
try to tape this. This is great television.
Yes. Hopefully people can see what we're doing.
I'm sure they can. Thanks to the amazing camera work by Tim, who is filling in for our producer Adam. So let me just step over here and
So I just...
get this.
Is there much more? Is that it? Oh, there's these.
Get this taped up here,
Helped.
and you can probably grab some of those leaves, just put them wherever.
New plant. That's
And
very solid.
That's very solid. I don't think that's going to work. I do not think that's going to work.
All right.
But I mean, we've got tape.
Yeah.
We could tape things up,
Yeah.
put them up on the walls.
Stick it to the screen.
No, that's a plasma
No?
screen. I wouldn't do that
Okay,
if
do
I were
that?
you.
Okay.
People are
You're
going
the
to get
boss.
mad at us if
You're
we
the
do that.
boss. Okay.
But I think I'm
In the
going
lights.
to. This can be left here. I'm going to try to put
No?
this behind here so that doesn't. Hopefully that doesn't fall off. There we are.
Yeah, that looks great on camera.
All right. That looks amazing. That's so good. Oh, and we've got some.
Those bits are a bit too high. Can't actually see
as
them.
well. Oh yeah, they're very much too
There we
high.
go.
So that didn't work out. But that, you know what? The rest of it looks
Very,
very good.
very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what? Yes, I think it looks great.
Nice, well done. Ah, where am I?
Yeah, you need to move a bit over, but very well.
I'm back.
All right.
You've just got bunny ears behind you
So
of the bush.
I think it looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. So join us this summer for the final reveal of what the free update is all about. But until then, I want to say thank you to everyone out there for joining us, for watching this live stream. Thank you so much to Mitch for joining me and for being my guest here and for making a mod of yourself
Yeah, thank you.
that people can add to the game.
Enjoy.
Thank you to all. Thank you to all the mod makers and everyone for sharing their screenshots and gameplay clips and all of that stuff. And we'll put, like I said, the links to the mods over in the YouTube description thing, so you can find them there. Thank you, of course, to our moderators in chat for keeping it down. Thank you to the rest of the community team, and of course, thank you so much to Tim for
Tim.
stepping in for our producer Adam and doing a wonderful job of producing this here live stream. We'll be back in a month, and so that's the end of June, and we'll see you then.
Cool.
Bye, everyone.
Cheers. Bye.